started.
Yo.
Should have started.
Hey, did you get that? Did you get
Yeah.
Should have started. Hey, I'm leaving that in the video, bro. I'm leaving that
Yeah. Well, I know I need to send you. Hey, where's my camera? Hey, Pete, yep. Hey, Pete. As soon as we said that, you said put me on game. That is-
Can you feel it? Can you feel it, Tony? There's hope.
No, pause. Don't
Hold on.
say that out loud.
Hold on, bro.
Don't start
Can
the
you
recording.
feel it?
Don't not start the recording. What the hell?
Can you smell it?
Whoa, you farted?
Let me hold on. Do you smell? Do you smell what the book is cooking? Let me say that again. Do you smell what the Kevin Durant is cooking? Hold on. I'm not done. Can you smell what the Ryan Dunn is cooking? Tony! I'm feeling something. I'm smelling something. Something I haven't felt or smelt in a long time here, Phoenix. In a long time. Hope. Hope. It's a 4-letter word. H-O-P-E. It's a 4-letter word. Hope. Tony, you know when the last time we had hope here in Phoenix? I don't either. I don't either. Sorry. I'd already planned out the answer. Wasn't sure if you were going to, but hope, my brother. Hope. And with the win tonight against the Cavaliers, the best team in the association, we go out there and we win on our home floor? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
That boy KD was balling.
45 points from that man. 45. He had the same amount of points as he did as his age tonight.
Damn. Yeah, it's a hooper right there. It's a legend.
It's a good night, brother. Hey, Tone, good to see you. Great to see you.
Yeah, it was. We had a good night too. Yeah, it was a pretty good night. No complaints on this side.
Oh, all right. Got that out. I need to catch my breath. Okay. Need to catch my breath and fix my camera. All right, Tone. What was your reaction to the Suns beating the Cavs tonight?
It was kind of a mixed reaction, honestly. It was good to see Kevin Durant, do what he's done in the past, do what he's known to do. It was also, I guess, good to. I guess it's always dope to see a good player have a great night against a good team. You know what I'm saying? Because people like to hate. Sometimes they be like, "Oh, he did it against so and so and them." You know what I'm saying? He did it against so and so and them. But it's appreciated when a baller has a good night against a good team. They got some good defenders over there in Cleveland. Yeah, it was a great night. Great night for Phoenix. Great job.
Oh man. I tell you what there, Tone, there's something in the air. And I haven't smiled, right? I haven't smiled. Hey. I don't know if you could tell from the big old camera, but from the camera, but I got a big old gap in the middle of my teeth that my dad gave me. Oh yeah, see? Right there.
Yeah.
He punched her in the mouth.
You know what? That's what I told people so he can get. No, I'm just kidding. The Suns beat the Cavs. The Suns beat the Cavs tonight. All right. Okay. Listen. In all seriousness.
Hold on. I didn't get to drop my bombs about the Cavs though.
Oh, you know what? Go ahead.
Because that was the other side of the coin. There, it's like the Cavs kind of pooped the bed, as some would say.
Oh. The bed is
And
indeed filled with poop.
And so I guess my outlook on it is they've not been playing so well the past couple games. Like, it'll be one player having a good night. Now the guy's not. They haven't been defending the same way that they usually have. So I'm wondering what's going on. Like, are they just tired? Or maybe coach is playing a little bit of, chess, not checkers. Maybe he's just like, hey, we just going, we don't really need these games. So I don't know. I mean, but you guys won the game. You guys played well. Well, even though you were shouting D-Book, I don't know. I think he could play a little well.
Hey, he was good down the stretch,
but
brother.
He played
he was good down the stretch.
enough to get the dub. You're right. He played good enough to get the dub, and that's what counts at this point. At this time of the season, that's really what counts. And so they're starting to build momentum. And a night like this for KD, who knows what he head into the playoffs. This could be dynamic. Who knows what could come? Like you said, it's just a little bit of hope, and there's nothing like having hope heading into the playoffs.
I could smell it. Smell the hope. Smell it. Hey, you know what?
But you, as someone who's kind of talked crazy about my guy Kevin Durant, how'd you feel about tonight?
Hey, sometimes we were talking about it the other day. He said sometimes a broken clock is right twice a day. What Kevin Durant did, he grabbed the clock, 2 hands, 10 fingers. You understand what I'm saying? 2 hands, 10 fingers, grabbed the clock, grabbed the hand on the clock, and spun it back.
That was dope, man.
Turn back the clock.
You know what's crazy though is I think part of it is the energy. He's like, there's a lot of people who've been starting to mention him as like one of the elder guys in the league and who's better and who's not better. I think he's catching his ear and he's like, hold on, let me show these fools what I can do. You know what I'm saying? Let me show these fools.
He was fabulous tonight. He was Kevin MF Durant tonight is what he was, Tony. And you mentioned it already. But Kevin Durant, although he had a fantastic night, let me just find his stats here tonight. He had 45 points. Goodness gracious. 42 points, 17 for 29 from the field. That's ridiculous. 17 for 29 from the field, 4 for 9 from 3, 8 assists, 6 of which were in the first quarter. He did have 3 turnovers. We got to get better.
That amount of chucking to me says I want to win. That's what I've been asking. Yo, he got to shoot.
Yeah.
Mike, at this point, I don't care if no one else shoots. He's the best option anyways.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let him shoot. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah, D-Book got to get his 15 to 20 shots up. But let Kevin Durant shoot everybody's shots at this point. Now, nobody else shoot. Give it to Kevin.
And I'll tell you what. Kevin Durant was fabulous tonight. He was fantastic tonight. Let me tell you who the 3 most important players are. We're on a 3-game win streak. The 3 most important players for the 3-game win streak. You might not know any of their names. The casual fan, not you, the casual fan. Ryan Dunn, somebody who I've talked about glowingly on this show.
No,
the dungeon. The dungeon is what I like to call him. Yeah. Now these next 2 names, if you say who, it is validated. But after tonight, let's learn those names. Again, not you, Tony, but the casuals, right? Ryan Dunn, the dungeon, the lockdown defender, gave Donovan Mitchell. Hold on. Let me just show you what Donovan Mitchell did tonight. Hey, I told you when you go against the dungeon, you better come prepared. Let me show you what Donovan Mitchell did tonight. 7 points. 7 points. 0 for 8 from 3.
Hold on.
Oh,
Where's Kevin? He didn't want to join
hey,
today?
hey, I put it. I put the link in the group chat.
Ooh.
It was there for him. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
Hey,
Don't
hey.
take it personal.
Like The Rock. 0 for 8 from 3.
Belt to bottom.
2 for 18 from the field. I'm not
That's
sure.
nasty
You know,
work.
I said it a little loud. I just want to make sure the people in the back hear what I said. Donovan Mitchell, 7 points. 0 for 8 from the field, or from the 3. 2 for 18 from the field.
Crazy thing is, I was in the chat talking about he's a better 2 guy today.
Hey.
And I didn't
he
even
should-
mention my own homie. I put his name and he stunk up. It's crazy. Stunk it up.
Ryan Dunn, name number 1. Remember it. The Dungeon. Future defensive player of the year.
Okay.
Watch what I tell you.
Better
Name
write
number
that on your
2.
calendar.
Hey, everybody, right? Hey,
No,
now
no,
I'm talking.
I'm talking to you. I'm not talking.
No, I'm talking.
I'm
to
saying so that
everybody.
like when it happens in the future, if it ever happens, you could say that you said it.
When it happens, listen, that's something we got to speak into existence.
As someone who doesn't wear a lot of orange and purple, I don't know if I'm going to be speaking that into existence.
You know what?
But if it happens, I
Right.
will congratulate. You know what I'm saying?
Just like
That's
Mikal
fair, right?
Bridges should have won it in 2021.
Over who?
Got robbed.
Over who?
Robbed by Marcus Smart.
Oh,
Robbed.
over who? That color?
Robbed. Name number 2. Colin Gillespie. Let me tell you a little something about Colin Gillespie. He plays harder than anybody on the floor.
Harder than Ryan?
Just as hard as Ryan Dunn. He is. You got me there, brother. You got me there. Look at that. We admit when we make mistakes, man. He plays 100% of the time. He is a great facilitator. He can handle the basketball. He can shoot the 3 ball at an efficient rate. Hold on. Let me tell you. I told you Donovan Mitchell stats tonight. Let me go ahead and tell you Colin Gillespie stats tonight. 13 points. 13 points. 3 for 3 from the 3-pointer. 100% from outside the arc. And 5 for 6 from the field. He also had 4 assists and only 1 turnover. And he handles the ball a majority of the time, especially since he has been inserted into the starting lineup. And he has been fantastic since he has been inserted into the starting lineup. He is a fantastic defender. No, not a fantastic, a very good defender. He gave Donovan Mitchell problems tonight. He gave Darius Garland problems tonight. He is a very good defender. He's a pesky defender. He just plays hard. He plays hard. He is fantastic. Fantastic. Those guys are the Tone, you mentioned energy. Those are the guys that pick up the energy. They pick up the energy. They let everybody know this is Phoenix. This is our house. We are not, I don't give a damn what the record is. We are not going to let the Cavaliers come in here and bully us. In fact, we're going to go out and do the bullying ourselves. And that's exactly what Colin Gillespie and the Phoenix Suns did tonight. Name number 3. Oso Iguodala. No, not Iguodala. Iguodala. This guy was a plus 15 in a plus minus category. Plus 15, which led the entire starting lineup. That led the entire starting lineup in plus minus. He was a plus 15. He only had 6 points. We don't need him to score. 13 rebounds. 13 rebounds. Tony, do you know who the bigs are on this basketball team that we played tonight?
Yeah. They got some top tier defenders.
Somebody who is in the running for Defensive Player of the Year in Evan Mobley. Jared Allen, who is widely known around the league, one of the best defensive bigs in the league. One of the best rebounding bigs in the league. Iguodala went out and got 13 boards on him. Both of them. Both of them. Evan Mobley this, Evan Mobley that. What did he do tonight? You asked Tony, what did he do tonight? Now, he had 12 boards. 16 points, 7 for 14 from the field, 2 for 4 from 3. He was okay. Also, Iguodala outplayed him. Simple as that. He outplayed Evan Mobley. He outplayed Jared Allen. He ran Jared Allen off the floor. He is, again, one of the best rebounding and defensive bigs in the NBA. He ran him off the floor. Also, Iguodala, a second-round rookie, ran Jared Allen off the floor. Kenny Atkins said, hey, Jared, come sit next to me. You're not good. This guy has been playing better than you. Listen, I'm just keeping it real. Also, Iguodala was fantastic tonight. Again, 3 names to remember. Ryan Dunn, Colin Gillespie, also Iguodala.
Before we jump to anything else, I got a question. Do you feel as though this was like, what kind of night was this? Was this a game y'all just had to win, which obviously is if y'all want to make the playoffs?
Right.
Was this a free game for the Cavs? They just play like total ass? Or is this what we're about to preview for the next month of both teams?
You know, there's a word that gets thrown around a lot when a team wins a big game. I'm going to use that word, and I'm going to use every single meaning of the word. Tonight was a statement win for the Phoenix Suns. Now, the Cavs did come into this game losing 3 games in a row. I understand that. But this Cavs team is also the first seed in the East and the best road team in the NBA. Better than the Celtics. Better than the Thunder in terms of on the road. This is one of the best basketball teams. In fact, statistically, the second best basketball team in the NBA. They came in here and the Suns did not lay down. They got up and they fought. They came in here and they said, this is our house. I don't care how good you are. We are going to do the bullying tonight. They played harder. They played better. This was a statement win. Now, the Suns came into this game 2 games in a row. Those games were the Raptors, who are obviously tanking, and the Chicago Bulls, who are fighting for a play-in spot, but they are not the greatest basketball team. But that team did just go beat the Kings, who are also fighting for a spot. But after those 2 games, okay, well, you know, it's a 2-game win streak. It's the first time they've won more than 1 game in a row since January. Let's see how they play against a great basketball team, aka the Cleveland Cavaliers. I'll be honest with you. I'll be 1,000,000% with you. I thought the Cavs were going to come in here, and I thought the Suns were going to put up a fight for the first 10, 11, maybe the entire first quarter, and the Cavs were going to show their dominance and say, hey, nice try. Now we're going to run away. That is not what happened at all. The Suns came in first quarter, lit it up. Second quarter, even better. And then took off. This was a statement win. This was a statement win for the Suns. It absolutely was. To go in here after winning 2 games against 2 not very good teams, and then to go and beat a team like the Cavs, statement win.
You heard it here first.
Absolutely. In terms of the Cavs, everybody goes through a slump like this. Everybody does. I think they're going to be just fine. Donovan Mitchell is not going to go 2 for 18 again. He's not going to go 2 for 18 again. It was just,
but the whole starting lineup. I think DG was like one of the only people who had double digits, right?
Yeah. Let me just go back and check. He had, excuse me. Yeah, DG had 18. He got most of his point. I think he got so DeAndre Hunter had He had hit 11 points in the third quarter. That was the first Cavalier to hit double-digit points of the entire game. Is halfway through the third quarter when DeAndre Hunter eclipsed the double-digit mark.
Yeah.
This was a fantastic game by the Suns. The Cavs, I think they're going to be okay. They're going to be okay. Now, is it worrisome for when they play the teams like the Celtics and the Knicks and the Bucks? A little bit.
I don't think it's worrisome for when they play us because I don't think they're better than us. So I don't think it's going to change any outcome. Now, the other teams, maybe because I don't know. I don't know if they're better than like. And that's the tough situation is they obviously have a better record, but I don't know if they're better.
No, they've
Especially
just been
like
more
playoff ready because you got to think like Milwaukee has more experience in the playoffs than everyone on Cleveland except for Donovan.
Yeah, they're gonna have to change some things before the playoffs because this is the point in time in which you want to be going and playing your best basketball. Right now, I believe the Suns are playing the best basketball they have all season. Aside from that 8-1 stint that they had at the beginning of the season, they're playing their best basketball right now. This was by far and away their best win of the year. The Cavs are not playing their best basketball, obviously. They lost to the Kings, they lost to the Clippers, and they lost to the Magic the 3 games before this. They got to get right. There's 12, 11.
Yeah, mess around and let us catch first.
And that would be an absolute, that would be awful for them. It would be terrible. The Cavs have
6 games behind.
The Cavs have 12 games left, and they are, let me just double check. The Celtics are 5 games behind.
Even better. Yeah, plenty of time.
5 games back of the Cavs. So the Cavs better start picking it up here soon. They better start.
I will say I
wouldn't.
Here soon. The only thing is we don't have JB for like the next maybe 2 games. I don't know. It depends. They said he has to play 9 of the last 12 in order to get in an NBA All Team anything. So guess we'll see.
You know, I gotta ask you a question before we move on to the rest of the association because there was a bunch of good games on tonight. A bunch of games on tonight. I don't know if they're necessarily good. Kevin Durant, you've won 3 games in a row. You have 12 games left. And they're playing at a very high level right now, the Suns are. If they continue to play like this, and they go into the plan, and they make it out of the plan. Now, if you make it out of the plan, you're going to play the Thunder, most likely. And you give the Thunder a run for their money. You lose the series ultimately, but you give the Thunder a run for their money. What do you then do with Kevin Durant in the offseason?
I mean, sad to say, I don't think it's all on Kevin Durant. Pause. Sorry, pause that. But it's you got the other guys over there, especially who are tying up the money, and the big name is Bradley Beal, who we're unsure what he wants to do. He's talking like he's having a ball in Phoenix, which didn't appear early throughout the season, and I don't know. It's odd to me. I personally don't like. I thought about it right about the past week, and I'm like, where does KD go? You know what I'm saying? Like, realistically, where does he go? At this age, I mean, I know he in his personal life he tends to say that he's like a homebody, so he's probably not the type of person who wants to go to Miami or needs to go to California. You know what I'm saying? In order to live out those last couple of years. He honestly seems to like it here. He went to a baseball game, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah,
and so personally, my fault, go ahead.
No. So the baseball game was Ryan Dunn, his brother is in the White Sox minor league system, and so he was pitching on that day. So he accompanied Ryan Dunn to go watch his brother play.
Okay, dope.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. That was a pretty cool moment.
But again, that's like building team chemistry. You're not really doing that if you're trying to be out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, one, he's I do think he has leadership qualities, even though they tend to say he's not a leader. You know what I'm saying? So that is building leadership. That this end part of the season when you need wins and you're going to hang out with the young guy who's actually one of the young guys who's putting in work. So making him feel included, feeling like, you know what I'm saying, one of the guys. I don't know. I said it before. Is I didn't know. If he didn't go to the Golden State, I didn't think Kevin Durant was actually going to leave. I've seen something recently. I think I sent it to you about Devin Booker heading to the Pistons, which then I would be like, well, that's a whole nother conversation because I think that the reason why Kevin Durant would stay is because he has Devin Booker. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I personally think they should even bring Bradley Beal back. I thought about the whole situation, and I'm like, unless you get something like B. Bill got a bag, he just hasn't been
Mhm.
healthy. But B. Bill got a bag. He led the league in scoring. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like
Yeah.
he
It's,
got a bag.
you got to be
If you
pretty
can
good.
find a way to make it work, they just really need a defensive big. And if in another year with Ryan, I'm like, it's possible. You know what I'm saying? Give it another run. Like what other options do you have? Like why not? And so, it could be fun. Compete with some of the teams like Luca and those guys. It'll be entertaining. It could be popping in Phoenix again because I think it was about to be popping when Kevin Durant got signed here, but then things just kind of fell off and COVID and all that type of stuff happened. But yeah,
Yeah. It's
I think it's that.
Bradley Beal. I got two problems with Bradley Beal. One, you mentioned it. He can't stay healthy. Can't stay healthy. We're going to be paying him $52 million next year. He has to stay healthy. The other thing, Bradley Beal is taking minutes away from guys like Ryan Dunn and Colin Gillespie and Cody Martin. Let me not forget about Cody Martin. Cody Martin was fantastic tonight.
Well, here's the thing: is if the way the season is actually going right now, it makes those guys inclusive. They're getting actual minutes right now with the starters. If it doesn't pan out this season and B. Bill comes back, the whole camp comes back next year, you can actually now have that core as a starting lineup, find a different big, and now integrate those guys into the system. They're almost it almost becomes homegrown. You know what I'm saying? But you can't get rid of those guys. You have to keep them
Have
and
to keep him.
actually, you know what I'm saying? And so what's happening right now is almost like, what do they call it? A diamond in the rough or stars. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? Like
I'm in a rough.
it's
Yep.
just it's a unique situation to where these guys are growing. You guys are still winning, and they're getting acclimated to the system that they could be a part of next year, like really a part of next year. And I think it'll be dope because it allows B Bill, D Book, and KD to take less minutes to go out there play hard for 2.5 quarters, wherever the time period is throughout the game, but 2.5 to 3 quarters. And now those guys can take some of the weight and hold it down for y'all. Hold on,
Uh,
I can't be giving the keys away, man. Not to Phoenix, man. What's going on?
hey. Whatever works. If that's what works, hey, Mike Budenholzer. Hey, James Jones, listen to the man with braids and the beard. Hey, let's.
Hey,
I'm just saying. At this point in time, we are still under 500. Yes, we've won 3 games in a row. We are still under 500. Let's not get satisfied. Let's not be happy. Let's keep going. We have Milwaukee on Monday. Let's keep working.
yeah, y'all win that game. That's something.
It's huge because that's 2 back-to-back. That's 2 top teams in the East. Some may think 2 top 3 teams in the East. Though, like, that is a big game. And if they come in here and we win that game, good news. And then you know who we got on Wednesday. Tony, when I tell you,
no
when I tell you,
JB, no JB. I
that
already
ain't got
announced it, but
nothing to do with me. That
oh
ain't got nothing to
no,
do with me.
don't.
That ain't got
I'm
nothing to do with
gonna
me.
have my jersey on. You know what I'm saying?
And now tune in because we will be broadcasting after that game.
Of course.
The biggest thing, like, hold on. First of all, before we go back, don't you
What the
dare.
hell was you about to say?
See, there you go. See, what it sounded like
Lord have mercy.
what sounded like you
I'm not
wanted to
repeating
say
it.
something.
I'm not repeating it.
Listen.
Somebody,
You know what?
somebody's gonna watch this and they might add a comment about you.
Oh, I think some people might finish it, brother. I think some people might finish that sentence in a way that I wasn't going to finish that sentence. Hold on. Yeah, on Wednesday, you better not let us win that game. You better not let us win that game. That's all
I think
I'm
it
going to
means
say.
a lot more to y'all than it does to us. But I understand. I understand. I
No,
know
because we
we
got y'all
get to
twice.
talking trash. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We still gonna be in the play-in, but we gonna beat we would beat the Celtics. It's okay. It's all right though. No, it's gonna be big. This next stretch of 10 games that includes 2 games to the Celtics and 2 games to the Bucks and a game to the Thunder and a game to the Rockets and a game to the Warriors and a game to the Timberwolves. Like this next 10 game stretch is going to define this NBA season for the Phoenix Suns. Are they going to stand up and fight? Or are they going to lay down when it gets hardest? That was crazy. I'm sorry. That was bad. That was bad. That was bad. That's on me. That's on me. I'll take that. I'll take that one. My bad. That's my bad.
Just stop. Just stop.
That's on me.
Just
That's on
stop.
me. That's my fault. That's my fault. Dang, I was trying to be motivational and I didn't say that. Gosh damn it. Oh, okay. Well, let's move on to some of the other games that happened tonight. Let's see. There's some interesting stories too around the NBA. There's some interesting stories. The Magic beat the Wizards, which you hope you would. The Wizards,
not that interesting.
yeah.
Expected is what I would call that one.
Rockets beat the Heat.
Another expected
Again, yeah.
one. Sorry, D-Lo.
Timberwolves beat the Pelicans by 40.
I didn't expect by 40, but I was I will say to me it's starting to be interesting for that. It looks like the Timberwolves are actually doing the same thing your team is doing. Starting to get it rolling.
They're starting. I think they've won. Like there was a point in time they won like 7 in a row. I mean, like they've been playing really good basketball. Ant was okay. He wasn't very good tonight.
He wasn't even that good.
Mm-mm.
It was like everyone else.
Yeah, I mean, it was even scoring. I mean, there was 7 guys, 7 guys in double figures.
Everyone else, and that's I'm like that could be like the West is the. I said it. We were talking yesterday. The playoffs are about to be exciting, man.
Yeah.
Like I can't remember a playoffs this exciting in a long time, and especially if guys all get healthy the next couple weeks, it's about to be exciting as hell, man. Like especially the first 3 weeks of playoff basketball, because you got 16 teams who balling.
Yep.
Balling. It's about to be fun, man.
Here's a little worrisome one. Portland Trailblazers beat the Denver Nuggets by 19 points today. No Jokic.
Here's the thing, though. Yeah, no Jokic, but the Blazers again, they've been balling.
Yeah,
and
they
so it's not to me. The Blazers aren't ass as they were early in the season, and they're young and dynamic, and I think they just actually started to figure some things out.
Yep.
But no Jokic. But I also think it's dope for Denver because AG has been getting his groove back. AG been hooping, man.
AG has been playing some very good basketball. Very good basketball. But to lose by 19 to the Trailblazers, who, like you said, are playing some very good basketball. But I mean, you let Danny Avdija 36 points on 12 of 16 shooting and
He got a
4 of
clip.
6 from the
He
three.
got a clip. He got
He
a
does.
clip.
Shadon Sharp shot 1 for 10 from 3.
He got springs. He got
Boy,
springs.
to say he jumps out of the gym is an understatement.
He got springs.
He hits his head on the sun when he jumps. Oh my gosh, he's fun to watch though. But yeah, I mean, Jamal Murray was okay. He only took 10 shots. Which
To me, it's
Jamal
something that
Murray.
you gloss over. Like you don't gotta ignore it, but you don't gotta pay it too much attention. You kind of just gloss over it, and you know you pay attention to that to Denver the next couple games. But um, yeah, there was an interesting conversation about Lakers Denver, who wins that if that's a series. Um, and people are like, well, I've never seen the Lakers beat Denver, so why would I pick them? Well, of recent, like
Oh,
why would I pick the Lakers? And I'm like, yeah, yeah, yeah,
that's that 7 squared, boy. They go
yeah, I
out
hear
and
you. And that's what that. So this is Gil. Gil was the one I think that was talking about that, and that most of them are Lakers guys. So that's what Gil was saying is that they don't have the defense that they had, but now they have enough offense to kind of cancel out a bit of Jokic. And I agree, but I still feel like what Jokic does, Jokic plays better defense than Luka. And
yeah,
so you have to depend on LeBron having a pretty good defensive night, and you have to depend on dudes like Austin Reeves, who's been playing very well,
yep.
to continue doing so. But yeah, I started to. I'm like, damn, like I felt myself wanting to say the Lakers, obviously because I'm a Braun fan too. But then I'm looking, I'm like, damn, AG been playing well, and he's a little bit younger. If Murray has a night, if Braun has a night, what's his name? That's his name,
Christian
Brown.
Brown.
Brown. I'm
Christian
like,
Brown. Yep.
yeah, I can't. It's tough. It's tough for me. I want. I have to. I think I have to. I'll feel better after 2 games of that series if and when.
And I think that's like you mentioned, that's a lot of the series. Like that's a lot of these series that we're gonna see in the playoffs. This is gonna be a very interesting playoffs. One team that I personally I'm very invested in and see what they do are the Dallas Mavericks. They've been struggling as of late. I think they had 7 players available tonight. Well, no, I'm sorry, they had 9. They had 9. And
Yeah,
they
I'm
went out.
surprised they haven't called up it like anybody, but it at least.
Yeah, they they went out and they beat Detroit tonight. 123-17 or 123-117. Um Dinwiddie was fantastic. He had 31. He shot a ridiculous percentage from the field. He shot 9 of 12 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3. He was fantastic tonight. Clay had 20, did not shoot the ball very well. Everybody else was pretty good for the most part. With obviously you have AD, he's playing some G League games to try and get right. The Mavericks this year with what they're doing, with what they got going on with the injuries, and after trading Luka, they're not gonna win an NBA title. I don't care who comes back. Do you bring back Anthony Davis or do you shut him down? Save him for next season.
I mean, here's the tough part about it. Is this almost like too early in the summer to just shut down? You know what I'm saying? It's almost like too early. But yeah, I wouldn't. I wouldn't risk it. I'd rather wait to see if he can get to 100%. But I would still want him to work his way, maybe work his way up till he can have a strong summer.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, no, I wouldn't. I would rather have both of my plays. Kyrie's out on injury. Let him heal up. Let him get stronger, and yeah, have your team 100% to start next season. You got a lot of veterans over there now. Like, no, let them guys heal up, and get ready for next season the way they. And the West is wide open, man. So
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. I think the biggest thing with AD is he has a very injury prone history. Obviously, everybody knows that. But right now, they're fighting for a play-in spot. Now, the reports are he does not want to shut down. He still wants to play, as
yeah,
he should.
that's like you said, as you should. Sorry to cut you off, but
Hmm?
like that's all because of the emotions. You know what I'm saying? Like he went there, Luca went to LA. He wants to make them feel that the organization did the right thing. He wants them to feel like he is going to earn, you know what I'm saying? Earn their love. He wants all of that, but I feel like it can become a worse situation. You go
Yep,
out there and you get
exactly.
seriously injured to where you gotta
AKA
have a
Kyrie
whole nother,
Irving.
yeah, you gotta have a whole nother
Yeah,
surgery or something like that. Like, nah, don't do it. And they're not gonna win a championship, like you said. Like
no,
Spencer Dinwiddie and AD not winning a chip.
no. Uh,
So
as much as I would want him to shut down so that the Mavs keep losing games and the Suns get comfortable in the plan, they're not going to. They're not going to. He's not going to. If he's healthy, he's going to play again as he should. That's what he gets paid to do is play basketball. So if you're available to play basketball, you play basketball. But for the organizations wise, I think the smart move would be to shut him down.
I
Just
think they'll
one
wait
man's
for
opinion,
4 games from now and then shut them down.
and then
5
yeah.
games from now. They're not gonna say it now. They're like, we got how many games left? Yeah,
See,
don't say it yet. Don't
not
say
just
it
yet.
yet.
Not just yet. That's the biggest thing, man. Is
Gotta keep the
just
fans happy, man.
man. Like I understand, but I understand. You want to help your team try and make it push, but is it worth the risk of you potentially hurting yourself even more? I don't know. I don't know.
He's
It's
only got about maybe how many years you think he got left? 5, 4?
5 max. He's in his 30s already. 5 years. He's been in the
And
league
he's
for
and he's an
a
injury
decade
prone
plus.
guy. So that's why I'm like, just let
You
him
got to
get
put
healthy, man. Let him come back strong next year.
at some point in time, 2 plus 2 does equal 4, which means Anthony Davis gets hurt all the time. Now he can't control that, but it is what it is, and so we have to realize that. Let's move on to have you been watching any of March Madness?
No, not much. Not much.
No.
Sorry about that.
No, hey,
Yeah.
listen, March is one of my favorite
Hold
months
on,
of
you
the
didn't want to talk
year.
about you don't want to talk about the Celtics? That's crazy. You're just gonna ignore us. That's all right. I didn't really want to talk about it either. We didn't. It wasn't that amazing of a game. Only person I really wanted to mention was the point guard on Utah. I like this game, man. It's the
Oh,
same. Yeah,
Keyshawn George or Keontae
Keyshawn George,
George.
Keontae
Uh,
George. I like his game. I like
Yeah,
his
he
game.
he can play, man. He can play. Yeah, I mean the Celtics did what they were supposed to do. They go blow out the Jazz by 20. Um, they have been playing some very good basketball as of late. They at this point in time they lost to the Thunder, but since then they've won 4 in a row. So they haven't played the best competition. They beat the Heat, beat the Nets twice, and played the
I was
Jazz
gonna say we
tonight.
haven't really played anybody. That's why I didn't. I was just joking. We haven't really played anybody.
But in March, they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9-1. They're playing some good basketball. Again, this is March going into April is when you want to be playing your best basketball. Right now, the Celtics are 9-1 in March. They've won 9 out of the last 10. And then they have the Trailblazers on Sunday. They have the Kings on Monday, and then they come here to Phoenix, Arizona to play these hot Phoenix Suns on Wednesday. So it'll be interesting to see. Again, they play the Celtics. Listen, the Cavs have been good all year. They've been fantastic all year. The Bucks have a top 3 player in the world. The Knicks have a very good starting 5. The Celtics are the team to beat in the East. They just are. The Celtics are the team to beat in the East. And as long as they're the reigning defending champions, that's what it is. I'm just keeping it real. So Celtics, they're playing good basketball. What else is new? As much as that pains me to say, that's a good basketball team over there. That is a very good basketball team.
Yeah, it almost sucks being y'all will get there. Sometimes you like it almost sucks being as good because it's just another game. I mean, you're excited and you appreciate it, but playoff basketball is when it counts now. You know.
I don't appreciate the the flex that you tried to.
No,
I didn't appreciate that. I'm just like you
no.
just there was
I
no
grew
reason for you
up.
to mention.
I got no hate in my heart. I grew up a Suns fan, and so I still have a genuine I have Suns hats around here. You know what I'm saying? I have genuine love for y'all. So
Should have came out here with the
I'm
Suns hat.
hoping that we get there, man. I wouldn't mind. Might show up to the parade in a green hat and hope I don't get beat up.
Yeah, you get. I would point you out personally.
God
Hey,
damn.
look at him! He stole something from some. Oh yeah, I get.
Hey,
Yep.
some things illegal out here. Y'all be careful. You're gonna hear pat 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 pat. Back up.
Said, oh
Back
my
back.
god, what's that
It's a leprechaun out here pat patting. A black
noise?
leprechaun. But
This
yeah,
this is happened about a week ago. Obviously, we've been on a little bit of hiatus. Family stuff, life stuff has kind of been happening. This is our first show in about a week. But Stephen A. Smith was pressed by LeBron on the sideline during the game. Stephen A. Smith says the conversation was about Bronny, and LeBron was unhappy about the coverage that Stephen A. Smith specifically had on Bronny. I mean, as a father, you understand.
definitely.
But you know what? Before I really get into it, I'm gonna defer to you. How do you think Stephen A handled it, and do you think he's handled it well? Or if you didn't, what do you think he should have done differently? And I ask you the same question about LeBron.
I wish I had made a list because there's actually a couple items that I would like to check off. It's almost a good thing that we had time for this conversation. Um, Couple things. One, Stephen A. is a loudmouth who talks a lot of craziness, but sometimes doesn't back it up. You know what I'm saying? It's odd to me after seeing the clips of him, and I'm sure someone has showed it to him by now. Him stating, "Oh, y'all feel free. I'm usually in certain
Walk up to
cities,
me. Come on. Yep.
sitting courtside. Just walk up to me and say something, and then when someone does it, for you to actually feel the way he feels. You know what I'm saying? I think it was the fact that it was LeBron and there was so much attention around it that then it got highlighted. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And then actually, I think when you do get down to the nitty gritty of the conversations, there is a tad bit of hate, and you can't really judge how someone parents. And then there's the actual situation within basketball and LeBron James, like all of it, which it entails. And of course, Stephen A. and other analysts, journalists, they know the everyday fan doesn't really pay attention to certain nonsense within the game. But there's an actual storyline behind this. LeBron James is questionably the GOAT. Right now, it is the most the NBA's ever been worth. When you have a player of his stature, if his son plays basketball and is healthy enough and actually good enough, I don't care if he's a G League player. That means he's close enough. And this is never gonna this could never happen again. This is making the NBA more money than it's ever made, you know what I'm saying? Like before in this situation. And so when this is a specific circumstance to where LeBron James's son, this ain't this ain't uh whoever
Kenya
else's
Martin.
son. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
And not to say nothing about KJ, because KJ's a good hooper too. But it's the name, it's the story behind the situation, dog. Like Bronny's actually selling jerseys. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a different. And so what Stephen A. says sometimes is denouncing the actual storyline behind this whole thing. And there's so many BS stories that come out in the NBA. It's like for you to just kind of push this aside and knowing who the prominent black man that he is, it's kind of foul in some ways. I felt the same way when he brought up the conversation about Jaylen Brown. I got to dig a little bit deeper and learn and understand. But on the surface, if you just, Stephen A says some questionable things about Bronny, and then just again, just like last was it 2 days ago, Bronny had a good night, and the first thing he does the next morning is highlights, the good night that Bronny has, and I'm like, why are we not treating all the other rookies in the NBA the same way? Oh, because it's LeBron James's son. But I'm sure they all recognize that, and that's specifically what's part of the problem because they
Yeah.
should be able to observe that whole landscape and go, why are we not talking about Alex Sarr that same way? He was the, you know what I'm saying, the top 5 pick who's not playing great basketball. Well, we don't even discuss him.
Yeah. I mean, him, Zachary Ricochet in Atlanta, we don't talk about him.
And they're great poopers. They're just not performing.
Tony, this is why I love doing the show with you, because a lot of the times we agree on stuff, and there's also going to be times we disagree on stuff. And in this case, hold on.
Bless you.
Thank you. This one I got to disagree with you on, and here's why. Stephen A. Smith has a job to do, just like LeBron James has a job to do, just like Bronny James has a job to do. Obviously, they have different jobs in terms of Bronny and LeBron compared to Stephen A. Stephen A. works in media. He entertains, and he doesn't entertain people with his athletic ability. He entertains people with what he says and how he says things and what he says.
He's great at it too.
And he's fantastic.
He's great at what he does.
He's fantastic. The thing to me is Stephen A. Smith, again, that's his show. First Take is his show. So he has the right to talk about whoever he wants, whenever he wants, whatever he wants, whether it's LeBron James or Bronny or whoever the case may be. These athletes make hundreds of millions of dollars to play basketball. There are people who get not nearly that much, still a lot of money, but not nearly that much to talk about said players who play basketball. I understand where LeBron James is coming from as a father. That is your son. You don't appreciate people talking about him in a negative way. At the very same time, your son is a grown man in the NBA who, by the way, let's not pretend like you didn't help get him there. So let's step back, take a second to realize, hey, Bronny is his own man. He is a player for the Los Angeles Lakers, just like his father. Yes, he's going to get a lot of attention because of who his father is. But I don't like what LeBron did. The biggest reason being is that undertones Bronny, if that makes sense. That's almost LeBron going out and saying and protecting Bronny for himself. If Bronny really didn't like what Stephen A was saying, let Bronny, again, who is a grown man, let Bronny go tell Stephen A, hey, dude, I don't appreciate you talking about me like this. Can you stop? Like, what is there something we can do for you to chill out? Bronny is an own man, because now it looks like daddy's going to protect his little boy. That's what it looks like.
No, that's what he's doing, though.
That it's not a good look. It's not a good look for Bronny, because again, I understand he's the son. I understand he's a grown man. And so again, I feel like he's just, it looks like Bronny can't protect himself, which I don't believe is the case. But can you let Bronny go out and prove that he can protect himself? That's the biggest thing.
I think that's what he did last night, though. Or the night
he
before.
did. he went out and he played some good basketball. He was fantastic. But again, let's not get emotional about some things that some people say about you. Because listen, Tony, there in this world, there are two things that will always be the case. There will be things you can control, and there will be things you cannot control. At one point, once you realize that accountability has something to do with both, life will get so much easier. If you are in control of something and something happens, you take accountability. If you are out of control and something happens, there's nothing you can do about it. Move on. LeBron and Bronny have zero control over what comes out of Stephen A's mouth. Let it be.
Right up until they bump into one another. Because LeBron gave him a piece of something, and he changed the narrative. He's already done it. So
he did, but again, give Bronny the chance to go do it.
No.
Like
I
that's the
think
biggest
that's a
thing to
fair
me.
point. That's a fair point, but I'll give this perspective of this is the first time we've been here. We've never had a player of this magnitude play with his son. And so I think all of this is a learning example because I think it's Braun's duty to actually speak up as the player that he is, as the father that he is, as the person that he is. It's honestly his duty to stand up. And so, like, it's almost like how LeVar is. Being the person that LeVar is, it would have been weird for his children to see him not say certain things on television. They don't care if he's on television. The
Right.
world went crazy. They were like, "Oh my God, why did he say that?" People who recognize LeVar for who he is were like, "Oh, we could tell that type of man. That's him being a proud pops." The man that LeBron James is, he's not going to allow people to demean what this actually means to the game and to him and his child. And so, from that perspective, I understand. I actually value what you're saying. I do think that there's, depending on the person, like you're saying, I think that there is a growth in allowing your child to speak up for themselves. I think the people that they are, Braun is still pops.
Yeah.
You can see how Bronny acts and reacts around his pops on the bench and around him. And so I do think there's a little bit of guidance that needs to be had, and it's working. It's the nurturing. That's the reason why Braun wanted him there. That's
Right.
like all of it, I think, is a part of that whole story. And that's what I think is not being mentioned when they talk about this just Bronny playing bad. I'm like, oh, there's mad rookie. There's players who've been in the league 3 years who not playing as good as Bronny in the G League right now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Absolutely.
but they don't talk about that. It's only they're talking about Bronny because of who he is. And so add the fact that there's a storyline here and that this is the most beautiful thing we've ever seen in the game. You know what I'm saying? And that's the part that I feel like people are just not bringing to the forefront enough, as especially not as enough as they're talking about Bronny playing bad.
Fair point. But Bronny also has to realize who his father is. So because of that, he is then now playing on the same basketball team as his dad, which means he is going to get just as much, maybe even more attention than his dad because his dad brought him there. Now, obviously I talk about my dad a lot on the show. What he made me do, and is the reason why I'm the social person I am today. When we're walking around the store, it'd be me, my dad, and my sister. We'd be walking around and said, "Hey, Dad, where's the popsicles? Where's the popsicles?" Said, "I don't know. Go ask somebody." Said, "Oh, Dad, can you ask him?" "No, you go ask somebody." Because I have a mouth. I am able to produce words. So again, I'm thinking about this as, again, I'm not a father, so I can't speak from the father aspect of it. But I just think it would be a better look. Just like my dad told me, hey, if you want the popsicles, you go ask where the popsicles are. You go ask the store clerk or whatever, whoever it is, where the popsicles are. LeBron telling Bronny, hey, there's Stephen A. Go. Starts pushing him to him. Go talk to him. If you really don't like what he's saying, go. Because I think that would be a much, much better look with Bronny having that conversation with Stephen A. than LeBron would be. Because I don't think that's a good look on LeBron. Now, again, as a father, it's good. It's great. Go defend your son. But as a teammate, as a player, as a man, I think it would have been better if Bronny went up to Stephen A. himself to confront him about what he's telling Stephen A. or what Stephen A. is telling the world about Bronny. Because I mean, even maybe the teammates, maybe they don't even think of anything of it. But you see LeBron go over there. Now the big story. LeBron presses Stephen A. about Bronny. Okay, so if I'm Austin Reeves, I'm thinking, well, I heard Stephen A. said I was playing like some garbage last week. Or Jared Vanderbilt. I heard Stephen A. said I couldn't throw it in the ocean from a boat. So why ain't he defending me like that?
Well, part of it is what they're saying is that it's a slight to LeBron James's parenting skills. And so, again, from that standpoint, as a dad, you have to speak up. And as a man, you're going to say something to the person who's saying it on national television in front of the world. Like, why? Like, it'd be like somebody, tweeting, and when you catch them in the grocery store, you're gonna be like, yo, why you saying that? What's up with you? You know what I'm saying? And then for me personally, is knowing who LeBron is. He's the leader of the league. He's the elder of the league. And then he almost lost his son, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he did.
It's just I feel like all of those additives. I'm not trying to right or wrong it, but I just feel like it gives reason. You know what I'm saying? Because I do think there's validity to what you're saying, but I also think part of that is the person that your father raised versus the person that LeBron raised.
Mm-hmm.
And again, that's why I said like some of the communication that I see or the way they deal with each other, Braun and Bronny, it really seems like Braun's he's winging him right now. You know what I'm saying? And a part of it is the maturity that how LeBron matured in the league. I'm sure he wants to show his son that, and part of that is sticking your chest out, like, yo, you ain't gonna let these people talk about me, and after all the work I put in. After all the work, I'm sure the same way Stephen A. feels.
Yep.
All the work Braun put in. Now, him being able to do what he did. Now you just gonna keep questioning everything that I done as another black man. Like, come on, bro. Come on, help me out a little bit. Don't tear me down. Don't tear me down. But no, I do think there is a little bit of truth, and it would. I think, like you said, like it would show strength. If Bronny were that type of guy, but I don't even think he's that type of character yet. I think he's getting there. You seen him talk to the homie in the crowd, talking about his chain is fake and stuff like that. I don't know if you.
I didn't even see that.
Yeah,
no, I didn't even see that.
Some dude out there. I think they were in Denver or something like that, and the dude was all icy, and he was like camera on Bronny, said something funny, and Bronny was like, "Your chain is fake." Like he was just being funny, but I feel like he's growing into a young, you know what I'm saying, a young dude, young man, and within the league. But there's a sense of, I think there is another level of confidence you got to have when your pops is Braun, because it's just it's all eyes on you. They making sure your shoelaces is all facing the same direction. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy.
Honestly, at this point, I mean. He probably does, honestly, but I think LeBron is like cares more about it than Bronny actually does, and they're talking about Bronny now again, which is probably, now that I say it out loud, which makes a lot of sense. But yeah, I with that, I just think it's a better look if Bronny goes up to talk to Stephen A. and instead of LeBron. But let's close out with this. Let's talk a little football. There's been a lot of free agency moving. One of those names, Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers had a 6-hour visit today with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
It's not a lot of people in sports older than me.
Boy, Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers. So, Tone, I ask you, where is the best fit? I mean, you have teams like, the
Don't
Steelers.
ask me, because I'm gonna give you the God honest truth.
What he
know
done
the best fit is
retired.
His damn couch. His recliner. That's the best fit for that man. Don't nobody want to see that. Don't nobody want to see that. This is not the same. Hold on. You remember, right? You remember how they was screaming at Paul Pierce when Draymond was like, "You think you Kobe? You're not about to get no farewell tour."
Okay. All right.
Somebody's gonna do that to Aaron Rodgers next year.
You ain't Brady. Go sit your ass down.
You ain't getting no farewell tour.
Yo,
outta here,
he ain't gonna get one, man. Nor should he. No, you know what? No, he should, but he should and he shouldn't. He should and he shouldn't.
For what he's done on the field, absolutely, he deserves a fair word.
He's robbing niggas with no mask right now, though.
What? Yo, like, it is bad. He
Mask
absolutely.
Off.
He
Mask
went
off.
to the Jets. He was. I mean, obviously, he tore his Achilles with the Jets. Last year, he was awful. I tend to agree with you.
The year before that.
No, I tend to agree with you. I think the best decision right now for Aaron Rodgers is to retire. Just go call it. You won a Super Bowl. You got 4 MVPs. You got a bunch of All Pros. Your trophy case is filled. Call it. Go do your darkness retreat and realize that, hey, not everybody can play this long. What I've done is a lot, and what I've done is great. But also what I've done is...
What Vince do?
It's over. Yeah, it's time to hang him up. It's time to hang the cleats up, man.
Yeah, you don't want to have a low lights film that everyone has a low lights film. Like Michael, LeBron, everyone has a low light. You don't want your low lights film to be as long as your highlights film.
Yeah, ain't no good. Ain't no good. Ain't no good.
I'm just saying, his low lights film is getting longer. Don't do it.
It is,
especially
man.
He's actually one of them guys. AR is one of them guys.
Yeah. A-Rod was a problem, but I do want to put emphasis on was. WAS was a problem. He is now not a problem, but the problem. So go ahead and put emphasis on that. But I do want to thank everybody who tuned into our first night show after dark. This was our first one, and I think we're gonna go ahead and keep, continue doing them. Reacting to the Suns game or whatever big game might have gone on and what's been going on. Of course, we're doing Gumball Sports Machine, and of course, we're still doing the Wave. There is one that will be coming out, say tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that. Another special guest for that episode. But to conclude the night, Tone, appreciate you, brother. This was the first one.
You already know, my guy.
And we are going to continue doing them. And of course, we're going to have our special guests on and, and whatnot. But I'm looking forward to it. This was, tonight is a good night. It's a good night to start off our after dark.
It was a good night.
Hey, brother, I do want to go over that. This was a great night. I was on
Let's revisit the beginning of the show.
Let's go ahead and just remind the people how we started the show. So, but
Positive
let's go.
energy. Positive energy.
Fantastic. Oh, it's fantastic. Go over the NBA scores one more time. Magic beat the Wizards 120-105. Rockets beat the Heat 102-98. Pelicans lose to the Timberwolves 134-93. Thunder beat the Hornets 141-106. Spurs beat the Sixers 128-120. Mavericks beat the Pistons 123-117. Celtics beat the Jazz 121-99. Trailblazers beat the Nuggets 128-109. Denny Avita, 36 points. Fantastic. Sorry, I didn't really mention that he scored, but that was, there's been some scores. The Clippers beat the Grizzlies 128-108. And finally, the Phoenix Suns complete their third win in a row on this homestand. They go ahead and beat the number one seed in the East, the Cleveland Cavaliers, 123-112. Kevin Durant, 42 points. Devin Booker, 17 points, 10 assists. Great night of basketball. We'll be back Monday to react to Suns and Bucks. So be on the lookout for that. Be on the lookout for The Wave episode 5, I believe. 5, 6?
5.
The Wave episode 5 will be out tomorrow. Be on the lookout for that. Another special guest on that episode. Be on the lookout. Other than that, it's been great. It's been fun. It's been fantastic. As always, remember, dang, it's been a little while. Hold on. Do I
He don't remember. He don't remember. How he gonna want y'all to remember what he ain't gonna remember?
Okay. Sorry. Don't forget, you are amazing. You are beautiful. I'm talking to everybody. I do want to emphasize Devin Booker and Kevin Durant and Ryan Dunn and Colin Gillespie and also Iguodala. I do want to emphasize those guys. But you are amazing. You are beautiful. And most importantly, you matter. I love you. I know Tone loves you. I know I'm proud of you. I know Tone's proud of you. You woke up this morning, so you have a purpose. And if you haven't found it already, all you got to do is go find it. And as always, remember, it is nice to be important, but it is much, much more important to be nice for myself, for yours truly, for my dog, my co-host, my brother Tone. We are out. We will see y'all on Monday. Go Suns.